A weird kind of week. I'm guessing, like a lot of us, I was just trying to get through. Now, look, I'm not one of these Brits that wants to or is going to moan about having a summer. My adage is always, I'd rather get to the end of the year and say we had a great summer than get to the end of the year and think, where did the summer go? It was nothing. It was cold, it was wet. So yes, it has been excruciatingly hot, and the overnight temperatures, as I'm sure you know if you've been in the UK, have been kind of crazy. The weather this week meant I didn't come here to the studio at all, because you know the temperature problems I've got upstairs. So I didn't come here at all this week. I worked entirely from home. That worked out quite well, because the Friday before I spent the day in London shooting for the Honor MagicPad 4 video. So I had a complete week's video on the SD card ready to edit. So I knew I could work from home quite effectively this week. So that really played into my luck. And as the week got hotter and hotter, I just decided, nope, not coming in. But today, Saturday, I've decided to come back in. I haven't vlogged since Sunday when I was up at the Oval and coming home from there. So I thought it's worth a quick catch up of things that have been going on. Yes, I have survived the heat, you'll be glad to know. So, and the other rub, and it's kind of an omen of what's to come really. I last left here a week ago Thursday, parked the car, and I didn't drive again until Friday the week after. So it was a complete week that I didn't even see the car. I didn't go near the car, I didn't drive. And that's going to be how things are when the move happens. I might as well jump slightly out of loop now. So the mortgage has all been sorted. The first new mortgage payment goes out next Friday. That's done, and as importantly, the studio sorted as well. I've been really, really laid back. I haven't had any emails through, but I spoke to the site manager yesterday. She was on holiday at a holiday home in the north of France, where it's 45 degrees. But she's absolutely fine. She said, yeah, can't wait to get you, looking forward to you being a tenant with us, blah, blah, blah. So they're going to, I think the other guy's now moved out, so they're decorating it, puts a new carpet down, and I'm going to get my friend to help me begin moving over. So during the course of July, I'll move things over. There might be a week I possibly have to miss a video, I'm not sure yet, depending on the logistics of all the move and so on. Although, of course, I'm shooting a lot in London at the moment. But it's done. So my only concern is size, but I'm sure with the help of David, who's helping me move, another David, things will be okay. We're going to get loads of shelves on the wall and just make it as good as possible. At the start of this year, my plan was for it to be a good year, which not many people are having a good 2026, it turns out. But I'd kind of outgrown my studio, and my plan was to get something of my own and bigger. Well, I'm going to get something of my own, so it is a step forward, but it's smaller. So I kind of feel, I've been beating myself up a bit, feeling it's a bit of a backward step, but I don't think it is. I think it's just, you know, this is all I can afford for the time being, and I'm proud. It's my own alarm, my own key, it's under my name, and I honestly really couldn't be happier. It's been a weird time on Facebook as well. I've noticed a lot of the creators I watch aren't posting particularly regularly. And just checking I haven't stopped recording. Sometimes it has a habit of stopping recording, but I think all is okay. A lot of the creators I watch aren't posting as regularly. YouTube seems to just be slow at the moment. And I haven't had much growth this year either. I've had reasonable views on videos. Not recently, not the last couple of videos, but until then I had some decent views. But the growth seems really, really slow. So I don't know if YouTube is just going through a weird patch. I mean, certainly Medium is going through a very weird patch. The way they've switched the algorithm, as far as I'm concerned, is going totally against the writer. But hopefully, again, that will come back around in time. And with YouTube, they must have just done some weird things. I mean, this vlog channel never really took off, which all the metrics are saying this is what they wanted. This is the sort of channel they wanted, and it just didn't happen. So it's been weird. It just feels like I'm treading water a little bit. But I'm enjoying making the content. I think I'm making better content and more relevant content. Also, on a slightly soporific news, there was a murder next door to the studio yesterday. It was on the news, apparently. I caught up with it, and it's a building literally adjacent to our building here. Of videos that I've done recently, the one that's performing incredibly well, and has so far me £125, is how to unlock your iPhone. It seems I've gone down very well with that element of people, I'm saying no more, that want to know about how to unlock an iPhone. I've got a feeling that's going to be one of my best performing videos over time. Strange, isn't it? I've been approached by about 4 or 5 companies, all doing the same thing. I had another email yesterday. I don't want to be associated with that kind of product long term. B, I don't want to denature myself and be associated with another company that does that kind of product. So I've said no to all of them. But it's just ironic that that is the best performing video. And also, the glasses saga is now at an end. The final payment came through. I posted the 2 videos. I just said to the client, right, give me the titles and descriptions that you want. I wasn't having any fuss. I didn't want to make any effort, to be honest. But equally, I thought if she gives me the titles, it's her fault. So that's done. They're up. Saga finished. and I learned from it. And what do I mean learn from it? I have now got a contract. The other half put together a contract for me using ChatGPT as the initial thing. Then I've gone through it and between the two of us kind of refined it, and now it's an actual bona fide contract. So if I get somebody come along, some companies, the Ugreens of this world, the ESRs of this world, they don't need contracts. But other companies that I just get a gut feeling that this might be a little bit odd, those are the ones I'll use a contract for. There was one that came to this week that sounds interesting. Oh, it was somebody actually, I got in touch with Hollyland, both the contact I've been passed on to and the original contact. I actually said, look, I rate your new Max 2 so much, and this Lark, M2S that I'm using now, I rate it so much, I would make content for free, just send me the advice. Didn't hear back from them at all, which was odd when considered I was offering to make it for free. But then I had one of these in-betweeners I've told you about before. They came through offering for paid video for the same mic this week. It hasn't come anywhere yet, but it's a mic that I really want. It's better than this one, it's 32-bit and so on. But if I go with them, now that's where I'll begin to use a contract, for instance. Also, a toy, a gadget that's really caught my eye recently. Now, you know that I've fallen in love with cameras and trying to teach myself photography and make better videos. And I mean, I'm shooting this in log now because I always want to try and do the best I can in the circumstances that I've got. The Insta360 that all the creators have been making content about, boy, oh boy, does that look good. For my style of work that's often vlogging these days, that looks so good. I haven't looked how much it is, but it is a fantastic, because it records 120 in 4P, doesn't it? I mean, it's an amazing bit of kit. Of course, the front comes off, you can use it as a mic. I am seriously tempted with it. And of course, it would make my backpack so much lighter to travel with as well. I am in London this week, but I'm not quite sure how it's all going to work out. I've got 2 devices now that I've got paid videos for coming out in mid-July. They give me particular dates they want, and I think they're concurrent days in mid-July. One's for ESR, one's for Joy and Podix. They're both charges of different sorts. I've made all the story notes. What I'm doing now is sending story notes, like a storyboard, to the client for them to look through, just check I've covered all the selling points, then let me go and do my thing and just talk to the camera. But because both are chargers, both are portable, they both will look good in London. So I'm going to book a hotel room up. And when I was up in London that last Friday, I saw a hotel right in the shadows of the Shard. Just a Travelodgy type thing, but it's a perfect location for me because I'll be able to stay there overnight, go out and take the Shard and the walkie-talkie building at night with their lights on. But equally, I can get 2 videos made with both sponsors paying in one hotel room and then in London the following day. So I'm just trying to work out logistics of when I'm going to do it this week. But that's kind of what I've got coming up. Other than that, things are definitely quieter. The views are down and there's not been as much interest. I had somebody get in touch from KF Concept, the lens and the filter people. That hasn't come to anything. There's been a few light inquiries. But moving forward, obviously, I know we're coming through to iPhone season in a couple of months' time. It'd be nice to get some sort of deal put together for that. And the way things stand at the moment, I don't think I'll be able to afford to buy the iPhone foldable because it's going to be £2,000 odd. Yes, I could do the 14 return thing, which I suppose at a push I might do. I've never done that before. And the one thing I still haven't done is swapped everything over to the iPhone Air. I really want to. I don't know if I'm going to go dual SIM, for the simple reason that that means I'm using one battery. I think what I'm more likely to do is put my main SIM on the Air, then have the other SIM on my 17 Pro Max, and basically just keep the Pro Max in the camera bag as a camera, as a standby, but use the Air. The Air just makes more sense. It's lighter to carry around today, and that last Friday I was up in town, I was using that all the time. And it got me through to about 5 o'clock. Bearing in mind, I was walking for 8 hours. I remember I told you I got a little bit burnt that day. I was walking for 6, 7, 8 hours, and I was following SatNav on the phone, and it lasted all that time. Plus, I was watching content on the train going up there as well. So I think the 17 Pro Max have been struggling by that time of the day as well. Also, I've slightly changed the kit that's in the camera bag because when I was on the train that day, I could have been using a USB-C to USB-A cable on the train or a plug. So now put a USB-C to USB-A cable in my bag, and I've also got one of those, the Apple plugs that's got the USB-C port on it. So now if I'm on a train, I've got a cable, and that's what I was using for enough when I went up to the Oval, because I knew I wasn't going to be using the phone that much that day, because charging on the train is fine, so you get off the train with a full charge. It's the days that I'm walking around using the phone, of course, I need something to be able to charge with, and the Joy and Podix charging brick they just sent me, it's not the lightest thing going, but it's super powerful and super quick as well. So there you go, that's just a little catch up of what's been going on. I've been in here since about lunchtime today, been doing notes, been catching up on things, bought another movie to put on the server. I'm still loving the server, really, really loving the server. And I was in touch with somebody from Lexar this week. We didn't go anywhere, unfortunately. I hope not too sweaty. We didn't go anywhere with it, unfortunately. But I actually got to the point, I said, look, if you send me some RAM and some memory through that I can put in, because what I'd love to do is put some NVMe memory in one of my NAS, the one that I'm going to use most as my workhorse, which will be the studio one, the GT, to help with cache. And then I was going to put some more RAM in it. Although the movies haven't been an issue, it's when I'm editing photos, it slows down a little bit. And certainly I've noticed a difference having the 10 gig port on the Mac Mini here. Makes a huge difference when it's physically connected to that 10 gig port. At home, where I've got my other Ugree NAS, it works fine, but it's just that little bit of lag because it hasn't got a 10 gig port. I've got it just on the network now. I did have it plugged into the Mac, but it didn't help any, so it's just on the network. But NAS, I'm a massive, massive fan of them now. I really am. I can't get enough of it, and I'm using it all the time. I'm using that a lot more than Dropbox now. Wherever possible, I'm putting all of the work that I need on there. So I think that is everything now. Yes, that is the lot. But it was just, I wanted just to catch up with you at the end of what seems to be a long week, just to let you know what's been going on. Hope you're all keeping well, managing to get through the heat. It looks like we've got a slightly cooler week coming up. And I'll be in London this week, so I'll be sure to vlog when I'm up there with a slightly nicer backdrop than here. You'll love the backdrop I've got at the new studio, by the way. It's green, it's leafy, it's quiet. I've so moved on. I cannot wait to be there. Speak to you soon.